I'm back! Woohoo! Okay, now it's the right way. I don't know why, but it was the right way and then it switched it right in the middle. Just a tip for you guys, if you ever plan on being on YouTube, you've got to start your lives sideways. Also, when you bring other people on your camera, you want it sideways so that you're both right next to each other. Facebook is so cool. I am excited. Today is Wednesday. What? How in the world is it already Wednesday? It's crazy. I am part of a 21-day challenge. You guys are going to see me live every day for the next 21 days. Who's excited about that? Woo woo! I got lots of topics I want to cover. I'm going to hit them hot and heavy. I'm also going to shine some major light on some things that are hard to talk about, right? So if you're just tuning in, this is Amanda Smith out of Vernal, Utah. I'm in my basement, my office. I love it. Hi, Jesse. How are you? I like the fact that I can wave to you guys as you come on. Okay, so this live is all about you. So if you've got friends that you know are going through a challenge in your life, I'm going to shine some light, flip these problems on their hind end, and we're going to try to give you guys a different perspective on something that you're walking through. This is something that I have always been gifted with. I didn't realize it was a gift until I had hundreds and hundreds of people say, Amanda, I just need your advice because you have this positive way of spinning something. So I'm going to start with me. I'm going to go through a situation that literally has been kicking my ass, essentially, and how I flipped it and what I did to overcome it. So as you guys are coming on, if you want to drop your problem, if you feel comfortable with me tapping into you and giving you a different perspective, I might be a little hard on you, but it will be with love, I promise. Go ahead and message me as much detail as you can about your problem, your situation, and how you feel about it, because it does not matter what is going on in your life. It matters how you feel about it. So something that bugs me might seem like petty crap to you, right? But every one of us has this ingrained experience that happens to us over and over and over and over again. And mine is disrespect. When I'm disrespected, it literally just pile drives me. Literally just takes, even when my kids do it, takes me to the ground and I start beating myself up. My self-talk gets really crappy. I stop being excited. I stop having this bright shining light around me and I gotta go to work. And this is what I do. So I have had some situations, as you guys know, I've mentioned it a couple times. I launched an entire new business that I had this live. I disconnected from what I was a part of and I jumped in full on naked, vulnerable, excited, and that live had like over 3,000 views. It had over 400 likes on it. And there were a bunch of people who decided that they thought it'd be cool to go in and start reporting it. Well, Facebook has launched an investigation, and so they're actually going in so that won't happen to me anymore, because I love to keep my profile public. And I'm not saying anything that is against community standards according to Facebook. So hello, I'm here and I'm not afraid and I'm not vulnerable, or I'm not afraid to be vulnerable with you guys. So one of the things I had to go through was I had to walk through how disrespectful and how disrespected I felt about having me put myself out there and somebody or multiple people or a group of people come in and start reporting my lives, right? So what did I do? Why does this bother me? First of all, why do I give a crap about my past? Why does what happened to me 3 months ago affect me? Where is this lack coming from? Why can't I rebuild this live platform that I've done for the last 3 years? You guys, I've done over 400 live videos. I am not shy about it anymore. My first live videos were in Suckville, right? Like I was holding my camera, I had a crappy background. I was not good on lives, but practice and practice and practice has helped me perfect some of the things that I like to do on social media. Some people love lives, some people don't. Me, I love them. John said something earlier on one of our training videos, and he said, I feel like I'm not doing something if I'm not going live. I feel the exact same way. I've gotten tons of crap about my live videos. Like I've gotten so much. My family's like, why do you go live every day? All that stuff. But other people absolutely love it. So one of the things I had to walk through is, why do I feel this way? Why do I care what people think? And why am I stopping doing what I love to do? And so that is where this platform is starting with. So give me some of your problems. What is it that you're walking through? Are you going through a relationship issue? Are you having trouble with your kids? Do you have some self-talk that's coming in? Are you not sleeping at night? Let's see if we can flip it on its hind end and give you a different perspective, because that's what I do as a coach. I help you go in and change your mindset. I found a product that aligns with that nutritionally, vibrationally, all of that. So obviously that's what I start people on, is the product. And then we go into the mind, right? So as you come on, say hi. Where are you tuning in from? We got rain last night. I was so excited. One of the girls said she went outside and actually just stomped around in the mud, and I did the same thing. I just walked around in the wet grass, and I was like, thank you so much, because it's been so smoky here. It has been horrible for the vocal cords, for my sleep pattern, all of it, but hopefully that fire is getting ready to get put out. So what are some of your problems? What are some of your struggles? What are you walking through that you would like a perspective on? And I can just start with some general stuff, right? Like sometimes we are so afraid to go live on Facebook because we're afraid we're going to screw it up. I can tell you that there are 2.8 million people getting ready to see your platform on Facebook. They want what you have. They are looking forward to getting connected to somebody like you. And if you're not putting yourself out there, you're doing them a disservice, right? And so that's one of the things that I had to overcome 2.5 years ago, was what do I have to offer to people? Why would they follow me on Facebook? And what kind of value can I create? Well, just by being the authentic version of you, you are going to create a following. I promise, whether it is like Shandace, who loves doing makeup. You guys, I get on every one of her lives because I learned something new every time I get on. Whether you are promoting a product, whether you own a traditional business, whether you just want to share some advice or some tips, or you want to share your life. Like I have a girl who travels, and I love watching her lives because she's always in a place that I've been, and it reminds me of how much I loved being there and traveling all those different places. So that's the first thing. You got to get over it. You've got to change the way that you look at something, shift your perspective, shift your view, and just take the step. Do the first live, whether it's 30 seconds and you're shaking out of your mind and you can't even talk. Get that over with, because then you are going to start to get excited about, maybe you have a topic you want to talk about. Maybe it's a controversial topic that you are really super passionate about. Maybe you just want to shine some light on your situation and claim your power back, right? Like whatever it is, just get out there and take the first step. One thing I will suggest to you is make sure your camera is on something other than your hands, because you will shake, you will be anxious, you will have anxiety. It is scary, it is nerve-wracking, but as long as your camera is set up on a table, a chair, whatever, some books. I used to stack books and put my phone on a stack of books and sit in front of my camera. And when I was sitting down, my hands would shake. I would get all sweaty, and I didn't know if I was going to repeat myself, say the wrong thing. But the more you do it, the better you get. And then don't delete your video. Whatever you do, do not delete the video. Leave it up there. Leave it up there and let people see it. More people watch my replay videos than they do when I get on live, because they have jobs, they work. They're not in the same time zones as me, right? So if you're watching this live, drop me an emoji, whatever your favorite emoji is. If you've never done a live video before, I want you to put never before in the comments. If you have done live videos, I want you to put I'm a pro, because if you're doing live videos, you are working on being a professional. Okay, I don't see any problems coming in. What's up, guys? What is up? What kind of problems do you have? What kind of insight would you like to have? I've also got my cards here, so if you guys want some cards pulled, I brought them out. I didn't know. I was like, ooh, maybe somebody wants their cards pulled today. Also, huge announcement. I'm on an app called Purple Ocean. So now I do psychic readings, relationship advice, all of that stuff on Purple Ocean. You pay them $15 and I get to give you 3 minutes of some insight into that. Last night I did 6 readings for people all over the world. A lady was in Australia. There was another lady in New Zealand, like all over the world. And it is inspiring and fun. And I realize a lot of us have the same insecurities and the same problems of not feeling worthy of love, right? Like we're not feeling like we're good enough, or we're as good as someone else. Get rid of comparitis. Get rid of giving a crap about whatever other people think about you, and your life will level up. It will. Okay, so who wants some cards? since nobody's giving me their problems. Nobody. Maybe there's a huge lag on Facebook too. Do you guys like my background? I just ordered 3 more backgrounds. I'm super excited about it. My backgrounds have been kind of something fun that I've done. You could switch them out. It's super easy to just hang them up. They're just cloth. And they're so vibrant and so beautiful. And I absolutely love getting new backgrounds. So, where are you tuning in from? Where are you at? Tell me. You guys are being super quiet. Super quiet. There's a bunch of you on too. What's up? Why are you being so quiet? Let's see. What else can I talk about? One of the things about doing live videos is making sure you are writing down your ideas as they come to you. A lot of the ideas I have for my live videos come at midnight when I'm working on my book, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should go live on that. And so I actually have this really cool pad of paper that I got from Sparkle Hustle Grow, which is all about for entrepreneurs. I'll rip that idea off, but it's my video planner. I'm not getting comments. No, maybe that's why. Can you see the comments, Jesse? Maybe that's why. I could see people turning on, jumping on. Can you guys hold tight for a minute? I'll go get my computer. Oh yeah, I'm getting text messages. I don't think I was seeing your comments. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go grab my computer. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys can sit there and chill for a second. Guys, I'm back. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm back. Hey, look at that. You all hung with me. You guys rock. Let's see. You guys are not seeing, I'm not seeing your comments. Usually I have my computer down here. Not today. Not today. Okay. Let's see. I'm coming. I promise. Thanks for sticking with me. See, technical difficulties, y'all. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow. And look at that. I could sit there and talk to myself for minutes. I was like, where is everybody? I saw one comment come through, and that was it. I hope that Facebook is going to be... Okay, here we go. Yes, okay. Self-doubt and a card, please. I can absolutely do that. Hi, Amy. Ooh, Kelly said she will take a card. Jessie said, did my comment not come through? I still don't know if I'm seeing all of your comments. I'm going to have to mute that and then hit play. Okay, I'm going to start with the comments that I can see. And it looks like I can see Kelly. Kelly, are you still on? And I hope this doesn't slow my network connection down. We'll see. Okay, Kelly, I'm going to go ahead and pull you a card. Here we go. This is my Akashic deck. It is absolutely incredible. It's the first deck that's ever talked to me. I love using this deck for readings. I love using this deck to give people insights about their love lives, their relationships, their career paths. These cards have never disappointed, even when some of the stuff is kind of hard to hear. So, Kelly, this card is for you. Yay, I just saw another comment. That is so crazy. Oh, yeah. Kelly, it's all about community for you. This card is the 8 of Roses. This card is all about getting connected to a group. When you can get connected to a group of people outside of the normal connection. Oh, yay. Hi, Bree. Yes, Jessie, absolutely. Look at that. Now I'm seeing your comments. And I'm just going to actually read this to you because I love this card. It's the 8 of Roses. 8 is infinity. It also means that there's infinite possibilities. And it's almost time for you to step into something, step out of something and step into something, whether that is, you know, a new group of people, a new mom's group. Something has been calling you, a community of sorts. Maybe it's volunteering for the 4-H department or wherever you're at. So inside a room, people are seated around a table, conversing with interest and energy. There are many icons from different groups and societies. There's a catechist, a sunflower, a Tibetan bell, an Egyptian scarab, a dream catcher, the Star of David, and those are just a few. This card indicates that it's time to join or rejoin a group. Your ashram, your tribe, or your sangha is what they call it. Whatever you call it, it's a community that connects you with others of like-minded purpose and activity. There are many communities in each person's life and still more that return from past lives. For instance, you have your family, your friends, and your work associates, but you also have people with whom you share many creative and cultural and spiritual purposes with. New friends can also be coming your way at this time. Be open to these new connections. So this is all about saying yes for you. This is all about saying yes and getting into a mindset of just being open, right? You will not only find help with current directives, but you also may reawaken a past life relationship, a talent, or some sort of disciple, right? It's time for a happy sharing of your discoveries. And this is actually going to bring something in for you, I feel like, Kelly, that will actually open it up a little bit. Maybe you'll find your passion or find some sort of creative outlook. I feel like you're a very creative person, scrapbooking, Photoshop, photography. I feel something very creative. Painting, that might be something for you to look into and adventure out in. So that's actually really, really cool for you. Okay, let's see. Now that I could get these comments up, let's see what I got. Oh my gosh, you guys were commenting like crazy. I love you in that background. Thank you so much. I have no problem of not caring what people think of me unless it comes to someone I love. That's super crazy too, because most of the time I don't give a crap what people think about me. It's the people that are closest to me, or the people that I have the most appreciation for, or the people that I look up to. When they're disappointed in me or they're frustrated with me, that's when I start to go inside and start to dig stuff up, and it makes me really uncomfortable. And a lot of times I procrastinate on the healing that comes along with that, because who wants to do the inner work and cry and get all emotional and say goodbye, right? Like, that sucks. But it's okay. What's up? The answer is yes. Go for it.
No. Where's the Kool-Aid, the purple stuff?
It's in the bottom of the pantry. Just don't make a huge mess, okay? And it already has sugar in it, so don't add more sugar.
No, not
They're making Kool-Aid.
Mommy, but can we make a lemonade down at the corner?
Yeah, Caden's already asked me. Yeah, all the cups are up in the cupboard. They're going to go do a lemonade stand, you guys. How fun is that?
No lemonade, we're doing iced tea.
Iced tea and Kool-Aid.
And nobody's coming, and it's for 10 cents.
10 cents. Hey, if you guys got a nickel, drive by my neighborhood. My kids have iced tea and Kool-Aid out there.
And water.
And water, too.
And ice. Okay, is it okay if we bring that blue cooler?
Yep.
To keep the water
Absolutely.
and the ice
Put it in the
cold?
wagon so you can just drag it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, where is the wagon?
It's sitting next to the car.
Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
Look at that, you guys. All kinds of stuff going on this live today. Looks like we're going to be here for a minute. Okay, let's see. Caleb heard you and said, hey, that's Amanda. Hi, Caleb. How are you? Let's see. Blackfoot, Idaho. Yeah. Hey, are those fires better up there, Shayla? Saying hello from Idaho. I'm having issues with my body image. Okay, anything that comes with an issue with our body image comes down to self-worth. We have to start to program our brain to be okay with the body that we chose to be here. So it depends on what part of your body you're having trouble with. Is it getting into a bikini? Is it the way your hair looks? Sometimes we're inauthentically living in a vibration that doesn't fit us, and so our body starts to tell us, and our mind acknowledges that before we even have the chance to become aware of what's going on. So when I was not dressing for who I was, when I was trying to keep up with the Joneses or do my makeup or have my hair done every day, that didn't fit with who I was. So every time when I'd look in the mirror, I'd be like, oh, who are you? Right? And then I was mean to myself, and I actually started gaining weight because I was uncomfortable with who I was and how I looked. So my body showed me by giving me extra poundage, right? So that's one of the things, like, start to become aware of what is the issue with your body image. Why are you having this happen and what is coming out of it. So is it because I feel like I'm overweight? Am I underweight? Do I feel like I have dark circles under my eyes? Is my body trying to tell me that I'm tired? Do I need more rest? Do I need to do more meditation? You know, whatever it is, just pay attention to where that's coming from, and then tap into it. Do the inner work on it. Why do I feel this way? How long has this been happening? And where has this shown up in my life before? And when you journal on that, it's kind of crazy what comes out. Lives get easier the more you do. Heck yeah, Candace, and you're so good at them. I just love watching them. I'm still having a really hard time with the loss of the twins' dad. Almost 7 years later, I feel like I smother people because I'm scared to lose friends and family. I'm nervous to put myself out there and let new people in my life. A lot more to it, but I think you know a lot from us talking. Absolutely, Jessie. And one of the biggest things is it's the fear of it happening again, right? It's the fear of getting connected and then losing someone again. Well, what does that loss mean to you? Do you lose a part of your identity? Do you lose a part of who you are? Because when we can tap into what it is that we feel, like the loss that we feel, where does that come from? Because I've lost, you know, I'm not talking at you, girl. I have lost so many people in my life, right? It wasn't the loss of them per se. It was what it did to me after they were gone. And I felt like I was guilty, first of all. I had resentment. I was angry. And when I went in and I could do the work and reflect on where those feelings were actually coming from, helpless, lost, sad, all of those feelings are very normal feelings, and death is actually one of the most natural things that human beings go through, but it's the hardest to accept because there's always circumstances, right? He was too young, it was not fair, he had kids, he left me behind, all of that stuff. We have to bring that up. And this is where the procrastination comes in, and I'm guilty of this 100%. Just walked through this for the last week, did not want to do the work, knew I would feel better when I did it, didn't want to let go, didn't want to feel those emotions, didn't want to cry, didn't want to get all sappy, right? Because I'm tough and I can handle it. I'm always positive. But I promise when you get in and you do the work, meditation is huge. Contacting or getting in touch with that inner being that feels this loss before. And in a past life, you could have left someone and you're holding on to that guilt and feeling helpless for leaving them behind. And so that's coming into your life. Now, if you don't believe in past lives, you can look at it as karmic healing or any of that kind of stuff. There's always a verbiage that fits with the belief system you have. So if past life doesn't fit with that, totally fine. Just change it to, you know, this is an experience that I chose to experience here so that I could learn and enhance my experience on this planet. So Jessie, there's just lots of inner work that needs to be done. You are healed. You are perfect. You are a beautiful soul. Just bring those emotions up, you know, write those letters and get into that journal and meditate. It'll be amazing for you. My dog found goldfish. That's funny. Yes, you are a pro, Candace. I think I've done one live. Oh my gosh, Jessie, you should join our 21-day challenge. It's so much fun. I'm so pumped about it. All right. Let's see. Jessie said, did mine not go through? I got you. Self-doubt and yes, a card. Okay, this card's for Shayla. Self-doubt comes from our ego. So anybody who knows anything about ego, it edges God out. It pushes us away from our potential. I seriously have been in the most egotistical place for the last 6 days. Didn't realize it. Obviously, we don't realize when our ego kind of sneaks in and keeps us really safe. Our ego also keeps us small. Some people say the ego is the enemy. I say when you have harmony with your ego, your life will excel in ways that you never knew possible because you're working together. So sometimes we just have to sit and have a conversation with our ego and be like, okay, I understand that you're scared. I understand that you're freaking out, but I look at my ego like talking to my 6-year-old or talking to my 9-year-old, right? Like they are so stubborn in their belief system, but they don't have the experience necessary to understand that sometimes they can't eat brownies at midnight with ice cream because they have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning because we're going out of town, right? Like it doesn't fit. So when it comes to having a conversation with your ego, sit down and separate yourself from your ego. I've named my ego. Her name is Sasha. She is a raunchy, ornery 2-year-old. I'm not even kidding you. And she is sneaky. She comes in and she starts to keep me really safe. Oh, well, don't go live anymore. People don't want to hear what you have to say. You know, nobody's going to hire you as a coach because, you know, sometimes you say the wrong things, or sometimes you stutter over your words, or you don't have enough life experience yet. This is another thing she tells me. She says, what makes you think that you can help people? Well, hello, I've been doing it my whole life. It's natural for me to help people, but my ego doesn't want me to get hurt when somebody becomes a hater or somebody gets upset with me or any of that stuff. And one of the things that we always get when we level up, when we enhance our experience, and when we become bigger, we have resentment, we have resistance, we repel to attract, right? It's a very crazy balance act, right? So we have to be able to accept the fact that yes, growing is going to suck, change hurts, letting go of people sucks, but what does it look like on the other end of that, right? And you guys know I just went through this huge crazy shift. A lot of my friends weren't really friends at all because they aren't excited for my path and my adventure. But that doesn't mean that I stayed where I was just to conform to the box that I was put in, right? And there's nothing wrong. I unconditionally love everything about every experience and every person I've ever been through. Not a bad word to say. Actually, I'm really grateful because I learned a lot, right? And I can now create a different experience in my future because of the situations that I've been through in my past. And we have to be able to reflect without getting stuck or trapped in that. So for you, Shayla, I would say, just tap into it. Where does this self-doubt come from? Are you in comparitis? Is your ego trying to keep you safe? Are you scared of failing? We fail forward in life, right? And so tap into that and find out where that's coming from. And it's really super good to do. So I'm going to pull a card for you, babe. All right, let's see. Here we go. Oh yeah, there it is right there. Ooh, lots more want to come out for you, Shayla. That's cool. Yeah, and this is exactly what we're talking about, caught in the ruins. Sometimes we build our own jail cell and we don't realize that the gate's open, right? We make our own box, we create our own confinement, we build our own cage, and then we don't realize that it really just takes kind of stepping out of that to get into a new place. It's also the 16 card. I always love the number 7 because that's the lucky number 7, right? Well, it's also one before actually changing and having this infinite possibility, and it's one after 5 or 6, which is the number of letting go, right? Something is ending with the number 6, which I love that. So the number 16 card, and I'm just going to read you guys these so you know I'm not feeding you full of crap. In the ruins of a medieval castle, there's an old prison. The bars are still intact, but there's no roof over the room, and vines grow over the stones. A man and a woman are inside, seated on old stools. A beautiful green forest grows to the left, while the castle ruins extend to the right. This card shows a dark or difficult situation that seems to have you trapped. It could be a hurtful, empty relationship, an unhappy or stultifying job, a behavioral or actual addiction, or even a negative self-sabotaging belief system. It has held you captive for some time, and you may have even begun in some past life. But there is a way out, and there always has been. It just takes some effort and determination on your part. Even if these limiting situations and actions are really super strong, right? Like I deal with a lot of women that are in abusive situations. They have children. They don't know how to get out. I deal with people that have drug addictions. They've been addicted to drugs for a very long time. I have people that deal with all kinds of stuff, right? And it just takes that strength, a little burst of energy to get yourself through that. Money is a big thing for people. It holds them back. They don't think they can grow because they don't have enough money. It takes you stepping outside of that belief system in order to gain and increase your finances, in order to do the things you want to do, right? And a lot of it has to do with how we believe in money, right? I just saw a post on Facebook yesterday. This girl says, I hate money. I was like, oh my gosh, why would you put that out there? You don't want to hate money. Money is just energy. When you say you hate something, you're just hating the energy of it because of the way you think about it. So it's time to change that belief system and realize that you really are choosing to stay trapped in this quote unquote situation that you're going through. And lo and behold, when you actually change the view or shift the vision, your life will start to shift. It is not overnight though, and it takes a lot of work. And you do get pulled back into it too. The courage and strength required to change lies within you. You don't need anybody outside of it. You can read books, you can journal, you can pull your own cards. They'll guide you, right? It's your energy that's pulling this. If you do nothing, you will perpetuate your attachment to this situation. Like the crumbling castle, negative choices could stand for a long time to come. Don't let the ruins of your past ruin your future. You have the power to climb out now. And that is just super good advice for all of us, right? If you're feeling stuck, if something's not working, it's time to shift that that outlook and just kind of see things in a different view. That's why I believe in coaching 100%. If I have people that are having trouble in relationships, go see a marriage counselor. It has saved my husband and I's marriage over the past 10 years because we get to see our own problems through somebody that is looking on the outside. Like, Amanda, stop trying to fix your husband, and Nick, like, stop trying to tell stories. Like, pay attention, be in the moment, and then voila, all of a sudden our marriage gets better, and we're like, wow, I didn't even realize I was trying to fix you. I'm sorry. Huh. Sometimes people don't need a coach, right? They just need you to be you. Yes, okay. I wish I was there. I would love to. Yes, too cute. Lemonade stand. I know, they're adorable. They're getting so big. They really are. Hey, guys, how are you? Oh, my gosh, there's lots of you that jumped on. Hi, Kimberly. I know, Josette. It's funny, huh? Speaking to my soul right now. Woo, woo. I like that. Whose card is this? Let's see. That one was for Shayla. Oh, Jesse, I need to pull a card for you too, huh? If I'm not too late, absolutely, I'll pull you a card. Hello, Janelle. How are you? These comment things, man. It's kind of crazy when I have to look down at my computer. Okay, Jesse Buchanan, this card is for you, babe. I kind of just like gave you all kinds of information, then forgot to pull you a card. Shame on me. Oh my gosh, please bring the kids up, Chelsea. We're going to go to 7-Eleven for free slushies today. They always get really excited to get stuff for free because you get to bring your own cup. All right, Jesse, this one's for you, babe. Oh, yeah. Iridescent moon. Oh, increscent moon. Not iridescent. Increscent. So this is all about sculpting, right? This is about creating what you want to happen in your future. This is about letting go of the past, even though it hurts. Sometimes we have to put the past behind us in order for us to create something new. Because if we keep living in the past, we keep creating the same thought patterns, the same belief systems, the same experiences over and over again. And that's a lot of where the fear comes from, right? So you have fear about something happening over and over again. Well, as long as you have that fear, you're going to keep creating that. And then your ego says, oh yeah, well, I told you that was going to happen, right? So this is absolutely a beautiful card. This is a 6 of Keys. I'm going to read you what this one says too. Do you guys like this deck so far? So good. So filled with love, so filled with light, and really good advice too. A man works diligently sculpting a bust in his workroom. Behind him is a large window that overlooks the rolling hills of a harbor city. The moon in the sky points left, growing to full. It's called the increscent moon. I think I was actually born on an increscent moon. This waxing moon on the card shows an exciting time of increase, abundance, and growth. Your efforts have combined with external circumstances, and even the stars have aligned. If things have been financially tight for you recently, relax. There's a great opportunity for increase and fulfillment in every way, financially, creatively, and even in your reputation and prestige. So just do the work and get ready to receive. Let's see. The forces around you sometimes seem to prohibit you, so conserve your energy conserve your energy rather than spend it on futile action. So what that means to me is instead of constantly staying in that state of, worry and frustration and fear and sadness and all that stuff, push yourself out of that, right? Like imagine yourself crawling through that veil and being like, okay, I understand why you feel this way, but from this moment forward, I'm going to feel like this because that sucks. I know what that feels like. I want to experience something new. And he is sculpting something. And he's completely illuminated, which is actually a really beautiful card. So the work you're doing is working, Jesse. It's just it's about staying in that moment, right, and not getting stuck back in the past. I'm so glad you're loving this, Josette. I need to add you to my spiritual group. We do this quite a bit. I don't do it on my personal page very often because that's really uncomfortable and people think I'm weird, but that's okay because I'm doing lives every day, baby. This is my first one. Okay, if you guys have problems and you're just coming on, you want me to give you some insight on it, go for it. If you want me to pull you a card, go for that too. And I'm going to try to see how long I've been live because it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me. Oh, it looks like it's about 15 minutes. Okay, let's see. Who am I pulling a card for? Josette, this card's for you, babe. Ooh, these cards are popping for you too. I love that. I call those jumping cards when they're like, hey, this one's for her. Oh, yeah, baby. The Queen of Forces is in your face. Gosh, I love this card. It's all about balance for you, sweethearty petardy. It is all about the sun and the moon, the rising and the falling. It's all about black and white. It's all about open and closed, right? It's coming into that balance. She is a force to be reckoned with, and she has got it all figured out. So let me read you this card. Woo! And she's a queen. A lightning bolt illuminates a stormy sky. Oh, nope. That's the wrong card. Oh, it was the next one over. That's funny. This card shows a woman balancing the energies of a sun in one hand and the moon in the other. A river flowing beneath her feet. The Queen of Forces represents a woman who can help bring greater balance to your life. She brings an unusual combination of power and peace, creativity and receptivity, in both her energy and her support. Sometimes this card can represent a person in your life. It's either you or someone else coming into a phase of great power and an ability to sustain it with wonderful results. There is a gift of grace and serenity, understanding, and acceptance when this card comes into your space. It also brings new roles and opportunities. Careers in many of the sciences, global communication, nature, and energy may now be available to you. The Queen of Forces also indicates the appearance of a possible love interest or an associate in business or in creative project who has powerful influence and connections for you or someone else. That was a mouthful. It may be someone you know or somebody new, but when this card appears, there's a tender yet powerful support. During this time, choose to support yourself as well. You hold the forces of the sun, which is creativity, and the moon, which is receptivity, and only you yourself can direct the energy of your eternal life. I freaking love this card. This card comes in when major changes are happening. It's amazing. Eek, I know. Okay, let's see. I'm confused about what direction I should be going and if I'm headed the right way. Okay, Chelsea. Janelle, I'll get to you in just a second, babe. Chelsea, for you, it's about taking action. It's this, you're in the right direction. You're heading in the right direction. There's so much planning that you're trying to do, that you're trying to plan everything out in details. The universe doesn't work like that. We have to trust in the process, right? We have to say, this is why I want to do this. I'm not going to worry about the how. So when it comes to you being confused, it's because you're trying to control the situation too much, right? So it's like, okay, I want to go on this, and I want it to happen like this, and I want it to be like this, and I want this person to be there, and I want it to be at this time, which we know this about you, and this is why I love you so much, because you help people get organized. But when it comes to your own path, there is this faith and trust that needs to happen, right? It needs to be allowed into your space. It needs to be filled with flow and grace, and it needs to just open up, right? So open up to the chance of possibility, open up to the acceptance of something coming into your space that you don't know where it's coming from. And I think that you're well on that path. I think that you're overthinking it, is what is coming in. This book keeps opening, and you're searching for the answer, and you're searching for the answer. Sometimes we don't have to know the answer in order to accept what is coming into our space. And you're well on your way, dude. You know that. Okay, Janelle. Yes, anxiety is just another emotion for excitement, Josette. So if you're feeling anxiety, you're excited. Change the perception on it and watch what starts to happen. So when I start to feel anxious, it means I need to get to work. It means I need to take action on something. It means that I'm holding myself back because I have some sort of fear, or I have some sort of unknown something that is coming up with that. So if you can change anxiety to excitement, I'm having excitement about, okay, what are you having excitement about? Are you excited about what's coming? Are you excited about what's been? Are you excited about, money? Like, see how we could change this perception? Just like when you have anger, that is just fire, right? Anger is fuel. So what are you pissed off about? Okay, well, I'm pissed off that there's smoke all over the place. Okay, what are you going to do about it, right? Okay, well, I'm going to go volunteer for the fire department, or I'm going to go out and I'm going to tell people to be careful with how much they're, polluting our air, or whatever it is, right? Like, I'm just giving you guys examples. So fire is anger. Excitement is anxiety. So just it's a little bit of a shift, and that will change your whole perspective on the entire situation, right? I always love it when people say I'm having an anxiety attack, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have excitement attacks too. And they're like, wait, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, when I get those where I can hardly breathe, I feel like the world's coming on my chest, I look at that and I say, holy shit, I got work to do. changes the perception. Okay, this one's for Janelle. It still says 15 minutes ago, so I know I've been live for longer than 15 minutes. If somebody could tell me, that would be awesome. And we're having so much fun. Woo! Happy hump day, y'all. Oh, geez. This one's for Janelle. Ooh, it's time to start writing. The scribe. The scribe has come in. He's got scribes on the floor. There's people searching for information. What are you seeking right now, Miss Janelle? It's all about seeking something, right? And the way that we find what we're seeking is we start to journal about it. We start to write down our ideas. We start to get it out on paper. We do brain dumps. We let go of things that are worrying us, you know. And I look at it like, you know, taking a shower and watching all that energy just kind of wash away the dirt of the day, the stress of the day. We have to get our minds. And when I'm in your energy and I feel this, I feel like there's this motion, like I want to move, but I don't know where to go, right? I'm like, I want to do something. What is it? Okay. It comes when you start journaling. And that is a really, really cool card. And I'm going to read you that one because it's a 12 card, which is the 3, which means that you are working your way past knowing what you should do and not taking action on it. See, that's where my mouth gets me in trouble, see? Okay, the learned scribe writes at a high desk nearby a number of other working scribes. In some ancient societies, scribes were simply copiers of holier texts, but in many, they were the most learned men of their time, people well-versed in law, scripture, philosophy, history, and more. This card indicates a great upsweep in your mind and study for you. If there is any subject with which you'd like to acquaint or reacquaint yourself with, just do it. It's not just for the sake of the study, although it's always good to learn things, right? This period of higher mind and higher learning is nothing less than a change of your life or even a change for the world. And that's a huge opportunity, right? Just as the Wright brothers began by studying the flight patterns of birds, you can rise up on the wings of discovery now. There may be a teacher or even an entire school that can help you with this upliftment. Be sure to seek out the right person or in the right place of learning. You could also become a writer or a teacher yourself at this time, elevating and contributing to others, because when we learn, we then teach, right? If you're involved in any legal matters, there is a person who can help you with this. Let your great vision guide you to him or her. This could also be a time when you might find yourself writing proposals, grants, essays, blogs, articles, or books. Notice what compels you and be sure to answer the call. So when something comes in for you, Janelle, and you're like, oh my gosh, I should write a story about that. Write the story. Even if you don't know what you're going to do with that platform. I started writing my book 4 years ago when I started journaling consistently, right? And so now I get to take parts of my book, my journal, and put it into a book. And then that book will then get published, and then I will have, you know, I'll be an author, which is cool. And I never knew that was coming 4 years ago. Yes, I'm so glad. I believe you are my soul sister. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Bree, thank you so much. Okay. Hi, Heather. Oh my gosh, Shay, I love you to pieces. Thank you so much for being my friend, dude. Let's see what else. Okay, Camille, are you still on? And then Amy Million, and then you guys will be my last two because 40 minutes. Ooh. Who would have thought I could go live for 40 minutes? All right, this one is for Camille. If somebody is friends with her and wants to tag her right at this moment in case she's not still on, then she can come back and watch the replay on what I say about her or to her, what the cards say. Okay, Camille, this one's for you. Oh, gosh, what is up with all these queens? You guys are powerful women. Gosh, this is actually the cover of this. This is the card, right? Like, this is the card you want to pull in this deck. It's the Queen of Scrolls. She's gotten in touch with her higher self. Camille, it feels like, for me, there's something going on in your throat chakra where you're afraid to speak your truth somehow. And I don't know why, because you're so powerful. So if you're not speaking your truth, it's time to step out and speak your truth. If you are speaking your truth and you're not feeling it come out in the way that you want, I would challenge you to be authentic in your voice and your words and what you like, authentic. because what is happening for you is absolutely incredible. And I'm actually going to read you guys that because y'all want to pull this card, I'm telling you. Okay, a beautiful woman holds a scroll as she stands in front of a sunlit archway. Around her swirls the energy of wisdom, knowledge, and Akashic truth. When this card appears upright, she brings important information and inspiration to you. The Queen of Scrolls is a woman of higher mind who you may already know or you have yet to meet. Her purpose is to help you move through the entryway to a new level of wisdom and understanding. She could be a teacher to you in some way and offer a friendship that could develop into a deeper love. Hold up, we're turning the page. This woman could be helpful to you in some project requiring communication. She may be an author, a marketer, or a publisher. If you're a writer, she may be someone who assists you in actually getting published. The Queen of Scrolls could also represent you or a woman in your life getting a position in a field related to communication or academics. So I don't know what you do for a living, but I think that's pretty awesome. It is the perfect time for personal growth and expansive learning, whether it's mind, body, or spirit centered. Open the mysteries that are hidden in the Akashic Scrolls and step through the door of knowledge. So for you, it is absolutely amazing that you have that coming into your space, Camille. I would work on that authenticity with your throat chakra because you have a big, powerful message to give the world. And if you're not already giving that message out to the world, or you are afraid to do that, it's time to do that with that card. Okay, let's see. Last one, Amy Million. The reason I tap the deck is to disconnect the energy from one person to the other. There's many different ways that people do that. Sometimes they knock on it. Sometimes they rub a crystal on it. In Reiki, we disconnect with a lightning bolt. And so we disconnect, which is what I do every time I get off of a live, so I don't take any of y'all's energy with me. And this one is for Amy. And there you are, dear. It's the Two of Scrolls, and it is upside down. So there's a very important message for you in this card. Inside, she's very focused on her world, right? But outside, there's a beautiful party going on. It looks like she's extremely crafty. There's money on the table, but she has this somber look about her. And so we're going to talk about that. It's called Two Worlds. Surrounded by a spinning wheel and baskets of wool, a beautiful woman, worried and tired, gazes at the embers in the fireplace. She's worked hard at her spinning for the coins that are gathered on the table. The expansive window behind her looks out onto a Buddhist monastery high in the mountains. The reversal of this card is one of great release. Money and the personal world are present, but they are no longer have to drive you. So if you're working towards a goal and it has to do with money, that doesn't actually have to drive you now because you've done the work, right? I love this card. You have an opportunity to now act on your highest ideals and convictions. You may have been torn between two worlds or even between light and dark, but now you've discovered a greater sense of your truth. The rock-solid mountain of your spiritual reality is now the history from which you draw your power. Once you were worried that striving for your spiritual goals would put your personal or financial life at some sort of risk, but now you have determined how to take the steps, even little ones, to integrate the two. Your divine soul is the driving force of your life, and you can design your future and manifest all you desire through it. Close your eyes and say to yourself, the divine thrives in my daily world. And then see the God of your understanding stand beside you. See yourself walking through your life in this great company, handling everything that comes your way. Absolutely beautiful. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging tight with me. If I created value for you today, drop me a heart emoji or a fire emoji. If you really liked it, share it. If you're watching it on the replay, hashtag replay. And tomorrow I will be back. I love doing lives like this. I think tomorrow we're going to cover a little bit something different. I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about building a healthy community. What do you do when you build something that is healthy? And how do you know if it's healthy or not? So there you go, you guys. Thanks for jumping on.